Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. My program today will be very unpopular because I am going to give you a very terrifying message, and that is that the massacre at Fort Hood, Texas last week was a prediction of God's judgment on America. I am going to show on this program that this terrorist act symbolizes the destruction of America and the defeat of President Barack Obama at the hands of terrorism. It is not surprising that President Obama downplayed this tragic massacre at Fort Hood when he talked about it at a news conference last week. That's because, as Senator Joe Lieberman said, this was the first terrorist attack on the United States of America since 9/11. But what I want to point out to you is what several YouTubers have pointed out to me, and that is that there is an amazing numerological significance to this massacre at Fort Hood. Several YouTubers have pointed out to me that there were 44 killed and injured, including the shooter. This is not an accidental number. Those 44 killed and injured symbolize Barack Obama and his administration of the United States of America. But even more sobering is that Major Nidal Malik Hassan symbolizes God's judgment on America. And why is that? Because he symbolizes the Rosary. So why do I say that Major Nidal Malik Hassan symbolizes Mary's Rosary? Because there are 5 letters in each of his names. Malik, Hassan, Nidal, all have 5 letters. And even his title Major has 5 letters. As you know, the Rosary consists of 5 joyful, 5 sorrowful, and 5 glorious mysteries. And Pope John Paul II added 5 luminous mysteries. Not only do the 5 letters in each of his names symbolize the Rosary, but even the breakdown. 3 5s in his name, plus an additional 5 for his title. We need to understand that if Barack Obama had fulfilled his campaign promise to bring the troops home, to stop our involvement in foreign wars, this tragedy at Fort Hood would not have occurred. Nidal Malik Hassan was upset because he was going to have to go abroad and kill fellow Muslims. These foreign wars that America is involved with are useless. And not only must Obama stop the war against countries like Iraq and Afghanistan, he must stop also the war against the unborn in our own country. At just about the same time as this massacre, President Obama was trying to keep abortion language in the health bill as passed by the House of Representatives. Even now, he is trying to add back in abortion coverage to the government health plan. In the book of Revelation, St. John reveals that America and Britain will be punished because of abortion, the occult, and greed. The prophet Daniel, in chapter 11, foretells that Barack Obama, that is number 444, will be defeated by 666, which symbolizes the Antichrist. And the Antichrist, in turn, will be defeated by 555, which symbolizes Mary's Rosary. So in conclusion, we need to understand that President Obama must stop the war in Iraq, he must stop the war in Afghanistan, and he must stop the war against the unborn in our own country. Too much innocent blood has been shed already. And Almighty God has used this Fort Hood massacre to tell Americans that America and Obama's defeat at the hands of the terrorists will be a judgment from God Himself. And if you would like more information or a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, simply write to the address you see on your screen.